Want to speed up your language learning? Get access to all of our best PDF cheat sheets for free. Just click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account right now.
Hi everyone! Welcome to Ask K-Jin. My name is K-Jin. 안녕하세요, K-Jin입니다. In this series, I'll answer your Korean questions. So if you have any questions, please let me know by clicking the link in the description. Or you can go to koreanclass101.com/ask-K-Jin. So ask many questions. Today, I picked questions related to difficult Korean pronunciation. Okay, so let's look at the first question. How can I pronounce oh? This is a difficult vowel, right? I think, you know the English word earth has very similar vowel sound, like this in Korean. It's not exactly same because English and Korean, those are different languages. But sound is very similar to earth. And let me show you how you can pronounce these sounds. Basically, this sound is between and o. So, try to pronounce naturally. You have this shape of mouth, right? Now, with this shape of mouth, try to pronounce o. First, You try to pronounce o with the mouth shape, then it sounds very similar to the sound. So let's compare the sound. First, we have this sound, sound. 가지. This one, 가지. It contains sound. 가지. It means eggplant, the vegetable. 가지. It's easy for you, right? 가지. It also has another meaning, which is branch from the tree. 가지. And this sound would be also easy for you too, I think. It's 고지. 고. Easy, right? 고지. 오. It's notice. 고지. So it's 가지, 고지, and let's pronounce beggar in Korean with this o sound. So 가지, 고지, 오. Now, 가. Try to pronounce 가 sound, 가. And try to pronounce o with this mouth shape, as in 거지. So this is how Korean people pronounce this word, beggar. 거지. So 가지, 거지, 고지. 가, 거, 고. So this 거 sound is really between 가 and 고. Please practice this sound because I know in many languages this sound doesn't exist and you might find this sound difficult. But in Korean, we use this sound so often. So try to practice it. Here's the second question. How can I pronounce 의? Right. In English, this sound doesn't exist. So I know many Korean learners find this sound difficult to pronounce. So today, let's practice it together. So, 짠! Here are some example words. Do you know how to pronounce this vowel, by the way? It's sound. And this one is e sound. So basically it's combining two vowels. E. When you pronounce it quickly, it sounds like this. 의. Yes, it's 의. So doctor in Korean is 의사. So it's 의. It's clearly 의. 의사. Good? Now please listen to this sound. It's 희망. Oh? Do you hear the 의 sound here? Like 희망. Nope. The pronunciation here is 희망. So this sound dropped and just think this is like 희망. Yes, the sounds is different. Why? If there is any consonant here, then the pronunciation become 이. So now there's h sound. Here is more like h sound. So there is some consonant. So it's not 희망, it's 희망. We only pronounce this 의 sound like this, 의 sound, when there is this 이응 consonant. 이응 is basically a placeholder, so it doesn't have any sound. It's silent. So it's 의사. There is a consonant sound, so I don't need to pronounce this 의 sound. It's just 희망. As you can see here, it means hope. If you are a fan of BTS, you know J-hope, right? J-hope in Korean is 희망. Okay, then let's look at the next word, which is 강의. It means lecture. 강의. Do you hear my pronunciation? 강의. Yes. It's weird, right? I said if this 의 sound is in the middle of the syllable, not in the first syllable, then you pronounce it like 이, as in 강의. But if you want, you can pronounce it like 의, 강의 is okay. It's acceptable according to the pronunciation rule in Korea. So it's 강의 is okay, but 강의 is easier to pronounce it, right? So native speakers like me pronounce it 강의 more commonly instead of 강의. But both of them are acceptable. Both of them are correct. But again, 강의 is more common. Okay, then how can I pronounce this? It's 나의. So it's in the middle of the syllable, right? Middle of the syllable. So I need to pronounce it like 나이, right? I'm sorry, but nope. This 의 is different. Here, this 의사, 희망, 강의 is just part of the word. It's just one syllable of the word. But 의 here is a particle. You know the possessive particle 의? Here is used as the possessive particle 의. So 나 means I or me. 의 means possessive particle. It's like of or s. So it literally means eyes or miss. But in natural English, it's just my. So when it's used as a possessive marking particle, then the pronunciation is like 에. So 나의 means my. For example, 짠. Imagine you want to say this word. 친구 가방. So you want to say my friend's bag. 친구 is friend. 의 is like possessive marking particle. So 친구의 means friends, my friends. 가방 means a bag. So my friend's bag is 친구의 가방 because 의 here is possessive marking particle. So the pronunciation should be 에. 친구의 가방. Or 엄마의 책. 엄마 means mom. And 의 possessive marking particle. 책 means a book. So 엄마의 책 means mom's book. 엄마의 책. Did you get it? So we learned a lot about 의, but let me quickly review it for you. First, if this 의 with this 이응 comes at the beginning of the syllable, as used as a first syllable of the word, then this 의 is clearly pronounced like 의사. But even if it's the first syllable and there is a consonant sound, it's not 이응, It's not the silent placeholder ing, but there is sound or other consonant. Anything is okay. If there is any consonant here, then the sound is not 의 anymore. It sounds like 이, as in 희망, hope, 희망. Now, this 의 sound is in the middle of the syllable. It's not the first syllable, in the middle of the syllable. Even if it's a placeholder 이응 or silent 이응 is here, well, the pronunciation changes. It's not 의 since it's in the middle. So it's 강의, 강의. But again, it's acceptable to say 강의, 강의. 강의 is totally okay. But native Korean people say it like 강의, 이 more commonly because it's easier to pronounce it. Next, we have this possessive marking particle. 의. Well, this is 의, but in the word. But when it's used as a possessive marking particle, the pronunciation is 에, as in 나의. 나의 is acceptable, but more commonly, 나의 is used in Korea. Okay, so what's the last question of the day? How can I pronounce 리을? This is pretty confusing because when you see the Korean romanization, it's sometimes R, sometimes L. Which one is correct? And how can I pronounce it? 짠! First, let's look at the location of your tongue. So this is your mouth. This is your mouth. And when you pronounce L sound, your tongue touches this part. Do you see the red dot? Yes, your tongue touches here. L. And when you pronounce R, your tongue is like around here. But Korean real sound touch this part. So L. I pronounce L, Korean real, and R. L, Korean real, R. La, ra. So it's between that. That's why sometimes the romanization is like L, sometimes it's like R. But actually, it's none of them. L and R are not Korean real. But there's no English sound similar to real sound. That's why we borrowed L and R romanization, but it's none of them. The location of your tongue is between R and L here. You touch this part. Da. Okay. Now let's talk about your tongue shape. So imagine this is your tongue and this is your teeth. Teeth. And when you pronounce la, L sound, you touch your teeth, the back side of your teeth like this, right? And this is R, L. And this is how you pronounce it. But when you pronounce the Korean R sound, your tongue shape is a little bit more flat. So, la is English, la. But Korean tongue is more like this. La. L. La. L. So compared to the English pronunciation, your tongue is more flat to pronounce this Korean real sound. Does it make sense? So touch this part of your mouth when you pronounce real. And your tongue should not be so rolled like this. So I would say the shape of your tongue would be between English L and D. When you pronounce D, your tongue is a little bit like flat. It's between that. Between L and D. Now let's talk about the sound of real. English L sound is very tense, like l, ball, football, ball, l, it's very tense. But if Korean people pronounce this ball, you use the ball when you do the sports, right? When Korean people pronounce the same words in Korean pronunciation, our dear sound isn't that much tensed. English ball. In Korean, that's ball. Ball, l, is very tensed. But in Korean, that's ball. It's very light. Ball. So, well, don't try to put too much tension like English L. So I prepared some example words. Okay, the first word that we have is ribbon. Yes, it's from English. It's ribbon. Ribbon in Korean is ribbon. It's not ribbon. It's ribbon. Are you okay with it? Let's look at the second sound. Future in Korean is 미래. It's not mirror or mille. It's not the L sound. Especially if the L sound is used in the romanization, a lot of students pronounce it like this. So please remember, if this real sound is in the middle of the syllable, especially after the vowel. B, E, E. It ends with vowel sound. And dear comes, then it's more like R sound. It's very different, but I couldn't find the other alphabet letter from English. That's why I'm just using the R sound. But it's definitely not L sound, because if it's L sound, the sounds will be like mille. If you say mille, to Korean people, it sounds like mille. So it's definitely not L. If you don't know how to pronounce Korean real sound, I would say it's a little bit more similar to R sound. It's a mirror. It's not exactly R sound, but again, it's definitely not L sound. It's more like re. It's very important to remember. At the beginning of the syllable is very, very similar to L sound, like ribbon. Again, it's different. But I would say it's similar to, more closer. It's closer. But I would say it's closer to L sound. But if it's after the vowel is closer to R sound. It's 미래. Okay. How about this word? 달력. It means a calendar. Calendar is 달력. Now there are two dear like this. 달력. If there are double vowels, it sounds very similar to English L, like 달력. Next, we have 하늘. It means sky. Sky is 하늘. When you use this real sound at the end of the syllable, then it's closer to L sound. But again, it's not so tensed. So it's not 하늘. It's not like that. It's 하늘. It's not tensed. 하늘. So Korean real sound is very different from English L and R, right? So please practice these sounds a lot. You need Korean muscle to pronounce Korean real sound. Try to pronounce the words with the rules that I taught you. I just explained how to shape your tongue, the location of your tongue, etc. So practice. That's it for this lesson. Today I answered 3 questions about difficult Korean pronunciation. If you have any other questions, please click the link in the description or go to koreanclass101.com/ask-K-Jin. Thanks for watching. I'm K-Jin and I'll see you on koreanclass101.com. 다음 시간에 봐요.